is my flesh. First enemy, my world. Indulge, impress, increase. Second enemy, my flesh. Let's read James 1:14 together and drill down on this. Temptation comes from the lure of our own evil desires. Circle the word lure. Okay? Any fishers? Fishermen out there? Okay? Bass guys, you know, those are the guys that wear the vests and they have they're like army generals. They have all their lures, you know, on their jackets, you know. Now, the lure that the Bible talks about is this lure of temptation. And where does it come from? Circle own evil desires. Wow, it comes from you, the old you, the old Kenny, the old Pat, the old Jeff. And you know what the old Kenny says? He paints my number one temptation as my number one solution when the pressure is on. He knows me. He's the mole. He lives in me. He knows where the little crease in my armor is. He knows where my weakness is. You know, my first job was when I was 14. It was in a liquor store. My dad was an alcoholic. I told you that. I wasn't saved. I was not a believer. And so on Sundays, I was a responsible Navy kid, so I was really good at my job. And so the owner said, hey, you know what? I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to take off. I'll come back at 5. We'll close it down. Great. 14 in a liquor store with a wonderful rack of literature. So Coors and Bud go out at halftime. All the stuff goes out. And then it gets really boring at about 1, 2 o'clock. Great lack of literature. Oh, yeah, and there's a box of those back in the warehouse. I think I'll go check that out because there's a little thing that warns you when people come in. It's a little bell that goes ding, and then I can just come out of the back. So there I am, 14, 15, 16, 17, just perusing the fine literature. Okay, fast forward. I'm a father of 3, 37 years old. I'm watching TV. My wife is asleep on my lap. I'm flicking channels. She's asleep. I turn the channel. All of a sudden, warning, the following commercial may not be suitable for young children. Girls Gone Wild. And then all of a sudden, I hear the whisper. And the whisper says, she's asleep. You have the clicker in your hand. It's okay. Nobody's going to get hurt. You know what I'm talking about? You know that voice, don't you? It's the lure that paints my number one temptation as my number one solution. Man, this sure would feel good to just kind of feast on some young things. And then all of a sudden, another voice comes in. Says, no! And all of a sudden, I find myself going, no! And my wife wakes up and goes, what happened? She goes, what happened? Oh, just turning the TV off. Just turning the TV off. You know what that was? That was big victory for me. Because the flesh, the old Kenny, whispers. And it whispers my number one temptation as my number one solution.